much debating, too much hating, too much faking, too much grand staging, too much handshaking, too much land taking, too much manipulating. Too much you can, but you shaking. Too much of a friend, yeah, you stuck through Nathan. Complain too much instigating, too much insinuating. You too much of an agent. Celebrities too, heavenly bodies that you stargazing. Dilated peoples, stark amazement. Top chart chasing, your heart racing. Spellbound, too much dark sayings. Am I? Sharing too much of my paint can graffiti art, spraying too much to spark in the dark basement day, breaking too much, these minds operate too much ego, way too much for me, yo. Not with all the fake check-ins. Either you're from the soil or you're not. And this ain't even a half. Replace you engine, erase you through paper. Genocide engine, last session agreements, a fake space. View engine change, days to purposely displace you engine. And shouting, tax you on your own. Land engine, you a child, not a grown woman, a grown man engine. In fact, you black, you that person in all caps on them contracts. Legal fiction, non-living show. Damn engine, how long will you let them debase you, deface you? And engine, no one is coming to save you. A brand new world awaits you, engine. They intend to continue to rape and enslave you. Bound to remakes of religion. A raven emissary at the same station. They made you engine that say unseen. And you just wait, can't slay you, engine.
You don't want none.
But it's the return of the ancient ones. Fast, let me get that, now with that, give rap, not with rhetoric, chit chat, shit back and forth, on platforms, for an interest stretch, rich that for a Kit Kat, or a Big Mac, temporary get shipment, that don't kiss back, shit swag, we here to get our shit back, restoration of what was overthrown, American engines, old organic gold, that provolone, home alone, all foreigners gone, Shafati, shoot, Hebrew, Muslim, Mason, Morris, cornerstone, fraternal orders up, harsh wrong, you've no substantial foundation, flawless zone, bottomless pit up, broken promises, home through landlines or cordless phones, lines like ley lines, aligned with constellations, rocks cry out, till the land, till the soul is gone, and corn is grown, the war is on. No words wrong.
Shoelaces alone.
All farms off the land. That includes all you corporations, all you different nationalities.
You don't know what you want to do. That's crackness, man. I don't know what they call that catnip. That's crackness. Dang, I'm not gonna give you no more of that.
You understand exactly what y'all motherfuckers do.
No laser light. No laser light.
I'll kick you up.
No laser light. All right. You have crazy enough.
What the goal of the billionaire class is to remake the world as a digital simulation, really, to digitalize, to steal life. It is an anti-life program. It's moving from carbon-based life to silicon-based life, to a digital twin of the world that they can control.
What's up, beloved?
Spirit.
I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. In the bright glow of the dawn, I see myself clearly, bringing in a new day. The old way of doing things is done. I don't care what you say. Monsters don't sleep under your bed. They sleep inside your head. And if you haven't done the shadow work, you're left behind is where you stay. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. a war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the street. We got pretend plus homeschool. Our babies is a must. They not just no moms, but also no pops. We smola, worshiping pedophiles. Wanna feed our children's spirits to robots. Turn all of us from carbon base to silicone base. Should be where the shit show stops. Get back to doing for ourselves. Water system irrigation and grow crops. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. I'm saying I'm not some master teacher. No, am I some pastor or preacher? Was released from prison with this passion to speak up. After doing 25 years in the beast cuffs. Realize they tried to teach us spiritual, mental, physical diet. They tried to feed us the fire of our ancestors resides in each of us. With that, I'm inspired to turn this heat up. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is a war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets.
We're really approaching almost like it's a Frankenstein moment. And they're framing it to us as, innovation, right? We should all be so excited that this is happening. And, I equate it to like the golem bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail, not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
It's hard to speak, It's all the same. Typing, megaphone, texting, whatever you want to call it.
Come on. You almost there, bro. Almost there. Survive.
I'm sore, y'all. So, a good sore. Like I was powerless. I'm sore.
Who am I but Chi-Town?
But it's good.
I'm too fly to just slide out. Blue sky but high ground. My crown slash helmet. So my aircraft still fit. Heavy tied down, even sheet building. I lay down, I see green like a Celtic. My heat pulverizes, the cheese is melted. The realness of cash money, I dispelled it. You did the fusion to my eyes, I beheld it. The finger fucked, the cards, my hand, I dealt it. Felt the vibrate from the gut of my pelvic. It bust off with some ice and some velvet shit. So radiant, I keep a dark room well lit. Cause you little goofies are well quick. Hot body for remarks, velvet. Body you not for marches of females clip. As a kid, all I did was fight. I did the bit with a knife. I know I can spit my flows and shit to a fly zone. Haters wanna crucify a real man. I still stand with the silver hand, but we're Hiller man. It's not Cypress Hill. I'm telling shit. I'm one tough cookie. I don't follow. I set standards. Catch me, you gonna have to do more to scamper. Need more to scanners. I'm off the radar. I am as you goofies play God. Some worship the Christ, others pray to Allah. Chase a high, drink paper or bruh. You stagnated while I straight evolve. At a rate, I'm data space AC, y'all. Buster stuck in the case, face off. Acting in shape, the state use a fake, a fraud. Battlestar intergalactic, my mindset. Perfect comes from practice, so I round that. I feel like I'm climbing the step. You got a lot to learn. I am adept, you have no concern. I am a threat. The measurement with lift. I'm just crazy up. Flying a jet, straight to adversary. Martial Chronicles like Ray Bradbury. I'm a thorough guy, goddammit. Symmetric apparel, I'm a fly bandit. Mohawk, aviators, aerodynamics. And it's like I'm an arrow in precise transit. A Christmas Carol lives what your fans get. Your worlds and pearls what I transmit as a transcript. Or I just spit it off the top. It's either shit or get off the pot. This shit's hot.
Wants to get his own crew. Everybody wants to get his own crew rich. And then they want the other little people to never get a piece of the pie. And don't want to go for the best. And go for you niggas that think that y'all big too. I understand this. That's why you niggas and crackers can't stand me. You niggas just know that I know you can't do nothing if you're broke. Listen to me, young people and old people too. Mostly black people, I'm talking to you.
So, y'all really thought that I was done with y'all. Nah, I'm really down on y'all. Fellas up. We're not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bond or whack. Here's a big fat, yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Big Mac, whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. Enough with the chit chat. I see through the side ops. Looking past the sci-fi. Third eye gang cyclops. I don't eat pork, but I will fry cops. For foes, my heart's cold as an icebox. I'm saying die ops. From the skybox, I got a scope on you pills. The scope with some ropes. Some of our folks are still dumb. Yeah, and blasting the fact that blood, we gon' have this real show. Warrior spirits inside me. This where it's real from. The world's a stage, page after page, script is played out. They keep us engaged, they keep a rage. This is played out. Rules of a dying society should have been disobeyed out. Forehead and knees off the floor should have been prayed out. The draft is on, go with no issue. Could've blown it in tissue. Now it's control who blows the whistle to who holds the pistols. The debacle's about who holds who the fiscal. Disregarding the aboriginal issue. We not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or wet. Here's a big stack. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Big Mac. Whether earth is brown or black. We want our shit back. A fool is known by his speech. Yet if I don't speak, I suffer defeat. I'm other than we, a sucker or me. Stand on 2 feet, watch up the other cheek. The wise man know by his silence. Mostly disguised compliance. Science by guidance from conspiring connivers. Other aspirants of violence. Tyrants of fire. Striking that giant from hydra. I'm striking that fire. In environments of my voice, I'm hearing the sirens. Ring in my ear, they've got indictments. These pedophiles, queers, groupies, and hyping. Alignments, the assignment. I'm not the wisest, I'm not flying. My refinement and confinement, the requirements for this climate. Y'all push off the paperwork, or y'all can protest, but they can't escape this work. I'm bound to progress, don't duck, no wreck. Drill music for real. My soul they don't possess. Real foolish with no deal. Ain't playing with none of them. It's personal, know what the business is. Big Mom says come full circle, so vacate the premises. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or whack. There's a big fact. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, or Big Bang. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or wet. Here's a big fact. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Big Bang. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. Akichiwa. Signs and symbols are for the conscious minds, y'all. And with that on the temple, draw. I had a vision the past night, yeah, a circulars round, created successful reality from a virtual now. How? Stand on my square cause they usurp your power. Them same little sneaky breezies that'll hurt you. They smile all up in your face, all up in your space. And I ain't talking all bronze, but dogs with whole trace. So I walk tall kittens right across slow race. I stay focused on walking through them tall gold gates. Draw a magic circle around me to keep me from harm. The law fat checks, purposely but deeply I'm calm. Water, fire, air, earth, turn me from that peace to a bomb. Blow the joint just with the range, the plane, the sentiments. I've encompassed my inner demons. 490-degree angles, guarded by angel of shiny eating angels. Thank you, and I of course am the chief triangle. If I die before I wake, well at least I'm flying plain view. I am my circle, how I govern 4 corners. Wise as a serpent for certain amongst foreigners. Out of state, out of place, in the space they storing us. Learning firsthand of what fate was forewarned of us. How we call wind blowing, I spit flows dope, man. Fly in the shell at shower, Hampton, catch smoke. Stay high, years later, he's just saying that
catnip get cats hard?
Gave my synopsis, he's
I call it crack
I can say I behave by
he doing that? He keeps attacking my feet. Well, you go playing. Why you on your back, cuz?
You got on what the world's been waiting for the days now. They got there and I don't abide by the same ethics. They fame respect, you obtain the credit for keeping the obelisk erect, but with strange essence. But the epic of my name will reign and remain epic, circumscribed by passions, my squares, my
Oh, he doing like an alert dog now. He's standing up with his back hunched, looking down the stairs.
So I bear my shit. It hurt, I cried.
Sure. They have Navajo, half Hopi, and us. They're playing outside, and the parents out there, they trust me more than anyone around here. So I keep the window cracked so I can hear a friend, and they show it. It's not the vehicle. I could just anyway. So anyhow, oh, you think you're tough now? You think you're tough, huh? Marcus, what's up, beloved? Appreciate that donation. I think I did say it, right? Appreciate it.
Zest of living, sexually, sex someone's ass off. When she walked the ass off, I talk back to it like who makes sure Yanni sing. Her response, she dons me king. So who gave me the script? My ox, the prescription. This is my vision's description. Listen, I'm standing on mine's my circle, it's me. I absorb your hate and make it work for me. Transform into fuel as I evolve.
I'm not giving no more catnip, bro. I think that's gonna make you high.
Right where y'all started.
They eat it, you know.
Part of fact, she'll be sitting in my ship as we chart the map. Thinking in destiny, the turtle and the hare. Acknowledge me as the circle and the square. Yeah.
You don't want those treats?
And my music,
I'll give you some of that.
and a lot of music, it's only talking.
Well, we got like 6 more, bro. And I'm not buying none until like next Tuesday.
Rising up against the oppressor. That's all. That's what my
You're
music's
gonna
about.
have, yeah, I'll
The
give you one.
oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So only people that's scared are the oppressors.
Get off my shoe. Get off.
The only
Take
people
your
who
shoelace
have
alone.
any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that.
3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor.
Stop. Yeah, your shit.
3 pound
Great.
pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Me no
Relax.
surrender. 3 pound pressure, no
Drink some water. It's got chlorophyll in it.
Drop the oppressor. Me no surrender.
Ah, there you go.
Pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Make no surrender. It's time for a change, got a bounce up. The oppressor's about to get housed up. I'ma lay him out. Execution style too late with apologetic claim. You wrapped in a cloak of blame. By God, it's overdue. Your time is in the end. Lockjaw silent without sin. He fulfilled the letter with justice to win. The oppressor's about to get rolled out. With suppressors attached in the war zone. Get stuck in the error zone. I'm a messenger popping like Ericon. Backed by the honorable.
Yeah, play with this.
Who judges the hypocritical, cynical, and the political.
Play with that.
My thinking is critical. I'm just ventilating of the actions of the protected servant.
Yeah.
To pull the clock, blast and kill. This don't take any type of skill. I'm ill of all citizens who haven't took a stand or kneels. Too late when the caps get pills. Don't believe the PC type. Ruin hits close
Stop.
home. You gotta act the bone when it got the dome. When it's on the song, all red in my vision.
It's like I got a damn fur coat on my damn pants, sweatpants. Man, come on, bro.
So you better be ready to
Go on, man. Go on. I'll be down. Come on. Take that. Do something, man. You tripping?
Drop the oppressor.
Relax.
No surrender. 3 pound pressure. No weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Me no surrender. 3 pound pressure. No weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Me no surrender. 3 pound pressure. No weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Me no surrender.
This world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do.
I only gave you a little bit.
Gimme.
Ow.
Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like
Alexander.
that from school, everywhere. Big business. You want to be successful? You want to be like Trump?
You just
gimme.
push.
Push.
You can't have my attention all the time.
That's how it all is. And it's like, nobody ever stopped.
You've got it all the time, but you can't have my attention all the time now. Well, you got it all the time, but right now, come on, you're doing the most, little brother. Will you stop rubbing against the pants leg, bro? Yeah. I never had a cat, but I adore this little booger. Okay. That's a now you're walking away because Yeah, you high. You something. I don't know what it is, but it's some funny stuff, bro. Hey, what's going on? I'm surprised people come in, don't even text salutations, anything. You know what I'm saying? Already. The last video had over 1,400 views before, and then when I took the screenshot and went in there, it had 25. I went to teach a little man's job, and she had to be there at 1:30, but she had to grab her son. And she came. She had herself dialed up, and you know, I think that's real nice to go to your man's job and be looking really presentable. That's what we do. And she had her son, and so Zach had both the King Kongs and Godzillas from the latest installment, I guess. And so we in there doing because he had the little mechanical arm, and we're in there doing the Godzilla fight. And he's autistic. I don't like saying that because he's not. So I'm going to work with her we can change that narrative because he's talking a lot. You know what I mean? His words are there. So it's neural. Because like I said, remember this is the memory, the Rolodex? So what there is a problem with selection and how the neurons fire to select the information. And even though he says it, it's almost, you would think that is some form of dyslexia or in a very twisted way, but meaningful. And I can understand much of it, but I'm not around him all the time. When I babysit him, he talks and I'm like, okay, not today, Zach. No, put that down. It's not an issue. Yet he kind of cringed at her dressed the way she was. So I was like, let me have a talk to this boy. I can straighten out his little fake ass position of, because he has no control over that. If your woman comes looking very beautiful at your workspace and you're looking like dust, like a big dust ball, mind your manners. But see, then that will have this fictional narrative about how the women status is over the man or something. But yeah, okay, child molestation, drunkenness, and domestics 24/7 with them. So it shows that they don't really live by it because it's not a staple of existence. This has everything to do with Sandra Macy and the police officer, whatever you want to call him. And we're going to talk about some atheists and a few other things. You know, somebody's like, is he going to read? Empty yourself. Empty yourself and stop being your own foolish predicament. Nothing into something that is worth nothing. Think about it. Anyway, so she knew that I would have gave little boy Pete, little boy Blue, a whole lot of business at his job site. So I says, you know what? You can handle it. And she was real appreciative. See, women are powerful. If you speak the right words, not spells. You dig what I'm saying? And no children should have to go through any form of misadjust, what do they call it? Misalignment or misalignment, even misadjustment. We can say we can make any word we choose. All right, phonetically, this language is actually yours, regardless of what you think or believe. And anyone want to dispute that? Because when I was in UK and everywhere I've been, this is not English because they call it England. It's not the name. That's a brand new narrative, a construct, and a lie. Okay? Because that way they can improve and show that the Vatican, by way of the crown, or the fake crown, rules over you, to which the U.S. corporation, it does. But they're just like the pots to piss in. They're not really the power. Okay? So we spoke on Brandon Tatum, teachers, doctors, and politicians. And we didn't have to go in depth. There's no need, no rational reason to go in depth. There's nothing to be infused. We don't have to allow that space. But there is a way to be able to communicate about certain things that may be relevant. So there are hundreds, if not thousands, of atheists, which atheism is a religion. Anything ism is ish, ism, is a form of religion or a cult-like subjugation. And they are even showing some form of discernment, saying that police officer had to have a demon or something in him. The Satanists were even disturbed by it. Don't you ever say Luciferians, I will be in your dreams. But, because that's just stupid. That's like saying Yahweh, not knowing that that's Yadol Abeth, or Baal, which y'all know nothing about. Absolutely nothing. Especially these fake scholars. Moloch. Let's pull Moloch up. I actually have him stored up here somewhere. Speaking of a month of a serpent, whatever. So anyway, Moloch, a Canaanite deity associated in biblical sources with the practice, biblical sources of child sacrifice. The name derives from the combining the consonants of the Hebrew Melech, king, which you know there's no such thing in the Judean narrative. We never utilize king. As I said, Rex, always an elder or leader, with the vowels of Boshat, which would be shame. So you would think king of shame. That sounds like politicians, don't it? The latter often being used in the Old Testament as a variant name of the popular god Baal, Lord. That's why I have an issue when people say, my Lord and Savior Christ. That's like still claiming some Christopher Columbus came to these lands. Ferdinando Hernandez Zarco. Okay, if you haven't researched it, do yourself a favor. Okay? So, hold on. Let me pull up another one. The owl has been the Bohemian Club's mascot, and we're talking about Bohemian Grove, founding symbolizing wisdom, discretion, and being nocturnal. The club has a 30-foot 9mm hollow concrete owl statue that stands at the head of a lake in the Grove, designed by sculptor and two-time club president Haig Patigan in the late 1920s. The owl shrine has also been the backdrop for the club's annual cremation of care ceremony. Okay? Are y'all aware of what the cremation of care is? We're going to go through a few things before we get to where we need to be at. If it's okay with you. Give me some chewing. Now, the cremation of care is a ritual that takes place at the Bohemian Grove's annual midsummer encampment. The ceremony is meant to symbolize the release of life's worries and to celebrate members' escape from their cares during the summer. That means that these people are full of noise, much intrusive noise. And why am I stating this? Is possession real? Well, you can possess somebody. You can be possessed. Is it with this ideology of demonicism? Well, let me go to the next one. It's an adjective, for those who aren't aware, of resembling or characteristics of demons or evil spirits. Well, the demons, they say, as far as computing a noun would be computing. As a synthetic or something, right? A background process that handles requests for services such as print, spooling, and file transfers. Yet, in 1970s, perhaps from disk and execution, monitor, or from. But then you can get into the noun, from the pronoun, and we talk about an evil spirit, or devil, especially one thought to possess a person or act as a tormentor. In hell, he was possessed by an evil demon, a cruel, evil, destructive person or thing, I was a little demon, I can tell you. His eyes are bursting with a pure demon, as forceful or fierce or skillful, okay? And we're talking about the similarities of an evil spirit, of a specified or specific entity or activity. A friend of mine is a demon cook. Relegating to something being good, like, isn't a bad cook. Are you getting it? So if I paint a portrait or a picture, and I tell you this is what it is, and I have a bunch of children in art school, and I say, look at this. This is what this is. This is a mosaic of blah, blah, blah. Well, what I do is I'm cultivating a narrative, and I make sure that it exists for the 12 years. When they get to college, most people take some kind of art, some derivatives of different types of things, but most people take it because it's simple credits. So, and in that's knowledge is implanted. It is seated. Now, I make sure every Sunday you're going to this place called the church, synagogue, mosque, whatever, right? To where it's cryptic, though it may say Jen or whatever, right? It's further installed. So what do you do with that energy? You manifest a destination manifestation. Are you hearing me? Now we're going to break camp here. We're going to break camp, y'all. Okay? So pack up your little tents, your portables, your little utensils, your spork, all right? Roll your sleeping bag up and get up out of the place you're at. So you're going to break camp right now. So now you've been indoctrinated. Just like racism. It doesn't matter what costume you wear, whether it's civilian attire, for those who believe you're civilians, citizens, inaugural events, which is a white event or whatever, tie, Combine, y'all have all been there, you've done it, you're indoctrinated. So that's what it is. And yet you fancifully believe something you never seen, yet you say you see tangible stuff. And then most people say, I saw stuff, not knowing that you're farthest from in touch with your Rolodex, the information that has been passed down through eons of time. And all of it's there. Just like the so-called animals. Remember I said even the smallest of stones have memory? Yet you, as legitimately well created in your specificality, have been robbed of the very source to be able to go bah humbug, to call bullshit. Okay? The individual that shot her in the face, and I'm going to say this again. Boy, you really did a job on me. I'm going to have a chinchilla, like a catchilla sweatpants. Messing with my design. So anyway, right? I'm all up in your head. But listen, anyway. This individual, there are things going on. So you see the dumb Negroes all over YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. Shit, black, African, American. You know that's owned by a Jew, right? Oh, you can look it up. Copyright for all you idiots calling yourselves African American and allowing people who don't have real history, whether Spanish, Asian, whatever, don't know their real history, who want to call you that, and yet you're the creators. As stated in the Bibles, the Torah, even in the Devil's Bible, to which I'm never going to read to you. Okay? If you have one, get involved with it. I don't say practice the stupidity of it, but there are excellent sources of information that may relegate you if you can see. If you can't, do not pick it up. You've already been indoctrinated with enough foolishness. And what do? Antagonize the original people. I've looked at all her photos. There's nothing African about her. Okay? So there's a ritual. The care of cremation, satanic worship, this, that, and the other. where in order to consummate the relationship in ignorance or not knowing the old world and the powers you possess, they have fundamentally with certain echelons the higher. It is thought that by sacrificing they can keep you in a state of paranoia, deception, pain, suffering. It doesn't matter. Many different denominations of ideologies of what they have, many of you stricken with. Self-hate as a form of a leviathan. Okay? And people have a hard time relegating themselves to that. Hey, Suzanne Thompson, how you doing, hon? And I'm only speaking about this because I have a little knowledge in it. That's all. I'm not saying mine is the de facto of it all. But I can advise you this, that everybody else is telling you a bunch of credible horse-cocking. Okay? And most everybody runs with it without researching anything. And simple research. This individual has been conditioned. See, what the problem is, the people in the higher point of all these organizations of policing, they're very vile and wicked individuals. And they're subjugated, bought and paid for. What spirit is that? Well, y'all say the spirit of greed and money? No, it's not that serious. See, we create something out of nothing. When you nurtured people into stupidity, and all the lynchings, there was, well, not every one of them, but the majority, burnings and stuff, there was always children. So you have this pervasiveness. The Bohemian Grove. Do y'all know how many people are there for the homosexual acts and everything else, the deprivations? And in the beginning, all the child sacrifices, and you would never see that because that's in deep rooms. And human sacrifices. And it's their sacrament. And their blood rituals and everything else that's not spoken about. Hey, Navi, what's up, man? And fame and pride, that's part of it. And people have a hard time initiating a correct response to something so deviant. Because when you become docile, fluoride and everything else, you shower in your gas chamber every day, you know. And people have actually looked up and been going, wow, we didn't know that, Red. And I was like, no. And a lot of people don't know a lot of things. You know it now, so you can't say that now about that specific thing. And this individual, I can guarantee you, I'm not saying plausibly, I'm not saying fact, but I can guarantee, because there are many police who you never hear from again, and they're not on the force. They're gone. Now there are plenty who are there. Now you gotta remember, this is Illinois. All right? She was 36 years old. And you can coordinate the dates with all the foolishness that people are saying. People who don't know what they're talking about. I said, look up her nephew. Did any of y'all look up her nephew? Okay, anyway. 4 years old. Shot dead, murdered by a cop. For no good reason. But anyway. This individual is like anybody else under a deep spell. Well, if you're under a spell and you think you're not, because you believe you're okay, you believe you're well. I am not giving energy to it, don't worry, but you are under a spell. Otherwise, you'd start moving different if that wasn't the case. This was based upon hate and wanting to be in the fight. And then when you see the individual, because if all these dumbass Peckerwoods and Negroes, because there's a lot of cops right now, and I've talked to a couple who wish they can get their hands on this individual. I'm serious. They really would like, I'm talking, who would like to get their hands, crying, would like to get their hands on this individual. That's the only reason why they're charged him with murder and they fired him. Because you have Tatum talking about she's going to throw the hot water. She was pouring the water in the sink, and she saw the change in his mannerism. I mean, you saw his hand was right there. He says, I rebuke and he said a curse word and some dumb stuff. He draws down on her. She hands up with the heating pad, with the hot pads, right? And shoots her. Kills her instantly because she's not aware of what she's capable of. Okay? And he doesn't even call or start life-saving. And he escalated because he should never have been in her house when he realized everything was fine. It was not his place because it's not part of procedures or practices. This individual is like many on the force right now. Sadly, a lot of these dumbass Cubans and Puerto Ricans and Mexicans on the police force between LA and Florida. A whole lot of dumb motherfuckers in Texas. Well, they're a little different because both fools in Chicago will shoot you back. And could it be to start a race ride? Could it be government sponsored? Of course. Why not? Because the original people, it's like a spell, an indoctrination. And if you believe that all those people in Bohemian Grove don't have nephews, nieces, cousins, and blah, 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 out here in costume who are stricken and sick, you have no real knowledge of the world you are involved in. I can't say live in. A lot of you want to detach from it. You want a better one. But you're involved in it. So you better get your head up out of hot. Okay? Society's first outcast. What's going on? Well, that's if you give it energy. Don't need that to start no shit. They're on your land. If people really want to start shit, the problem is most people are docile. Docility is a real thing. We talk with a big stick. Nobody knows the truth of red stick or like white sticking. What it really means. I've listened over and over and over, and I've heard all the different assumptions, and I'm like, I would really, truly, I don't allow the noise, enjoy seeing them snap up out of this coma septic position. Coma septic position we create. You forgot? Darkness has been in this individual for a long time. And the system appreciates that darkness. They don't mind the cannon fodder. Could it be to start a race ride? Well, if you believe you're a race or whatever, all this other crap, then so be it. That means that you have minimalized yourself. You're taking nothing and created something when you existed as sentient. You didn't need to fill a void because there was nothing that needed to be put in that void. Do you have a deeper understanding of nothingness now? Nothingness does not mean without. It means not filling it with things that make you without. Nothing is not to adapt because you're stationed. You are as you supposed to be. Now you have a whole lot of crap within you. Noise. Okay? Were you thinking I was going to come in here and he should be executed and then you haven't been really paying attention. They have their laws, and they would never do that because most of them are criminal. Who saw the DE agents? To which 1984, I think, the law was passed that the DEA could not go and take anybody's package on the plane. Yet recently we had these two knuckleheads, these little goofy idiots, you can look it up, go to take a man's package saying he was not detained, but his bag was, looking for cash. Yet that is not lawful, nor is their position. And they use fear tactics because of the costume, the badge. These individuals are no different from anyone. But it's because you're inundated with Hollywood, bad boys, what you going to do? And all this other dumb stuff, and fake preachers, and Martin Luther King, and Cornel West, and Jesse Flaxen, and Sharp, the booty head, turtle, knucklehead nigga, all of them, and a number of other ones marching, talking about do not fight back. Thank goodness to the ones that fought back because they didn't go through all that. But they're not going to tell you that story because they need you to be docile. Docility. They need you to be docile. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there and being a fake politician that don't have the power to tell people to raise hell, as the Democratic Party did. I should have did an end video thing and did all the videos where they were causing people to go out there and destroy and burn, and all the little knuckleheads who don't know no better just taking to it, led by 21 Jump Street niggas. All right? Well, yes, we are. Society. Okay? Does violence solve anything? If you allow yourself to be empty, that doesn't mean that you don't have a Rolodex of information. When we say wisdom, I'm not going to look that up. You look up wisdom. And attempt to go beyond Greek and Plato and all this other bullshit. But if you allow yourself to be empty, and you know how many more people would allow themselves to be empty, and the significance of the change that would happen or take place. See, most of you will not allow yourself to be empty just by me putting the photo, put a thumbnail, and then putting the information slight, not all of it. That was enough to get a lot of people to come. So obviously I don't clickbait. The reality is to pull you from the distraction. That's like, right now you have all the idiots out there that call women men, and yet we know there's a plethora of so-called women who are actually men in the entertainment industry, and something out of nothing. To entertain it all means you're giving your energy to it. Do you see how I use this as a tool to reach out and hopefully inspire others? Because if you think this is the age of Aquarius, that we are more intelligent, smart, and brighter than our ancestors, you are sadly mistaken. Most of you are totally the opposite. So what needs to happen? We need you to rise up. Empty out. How you put your little foot on the little thing. If you got one of those garbage cans, you pull the bag out and you discard it. Well, it's empty, ain't it? But it's still a garbage can, right? But you don't have to put a whole lot of garbage in it. Throw it to the dumpster. Clean it out. You don't have to aerosol it with those deadly chemicals. And stop making a mess. If you were eating fruit and meat, you could throw it right outside. I'm just saying. Call me wrong if you want. And if you go shopping, purchasing a whole lot of nothing, that's a whole lot more garbage. And you can take that and get rid of it too. But I live in a place where we got it because oh, that's right. Everybody knows how to drive everywhere except to the dump site. Okay, I dig it. Which is going to pollute the world anyway. That's superficial, outside of self, isn't it? See how everything goes to something out of nothing? Because you're indoctrinated? What am I doing? I am laying a bed of ice for you to skate on. And showing you that there's a whole lot of things that have not been taken care of. All right? By the little Santos machine that comes in, smooths out the ice. Every one of you is skating and hitting these little nuggets in the ice, and you're falling and you're tripping and you're bumping into people. Empty it. Empty it out. Stay off the damn ice. You got 2 legs to walk with. Okay? It's paramount that you learn how to empty yourself. Now, many of you are still working, and you can't empty yourself from the job. Yet, if you start allowing yourself to see all the stuff going on around you, it's nothing but noise. You can do that job without being interrupted. You'll be able to say to a person who's running their mouth all the time, Brian, not today, brother. Toby, not today, brother. Jerome, Jared, not today. Matter of fact, from now on, I'm just here to work. And without being afflicted or bothered, you give them no energy to react. That's how powerful this industry is. Because you ever been standing around somebody for those who know, and you felt like somebody was thinking about doing you harm, right in that audience, and you felt it, and most of the time, because of that fake ego, full of noise, you stay there. And what usually happens? You're going fisticuff, rolling around in the front yard, on the grass, in the dirt, banging up against cars, and you don't even know why. Believing in some fiction, because you haven't emptied yourself, otherwise you wouldn't be around those individuals. No matter how much you say, oh, we grew up together. You don't grow up to grow apart. I don't like the word grow up. It makes no sense to me. Yet, you grow. Okay? You're not supposed to partake in things that keep the lower you. You're supposed to excel. You're supposed to ascend. Okay? And ascend doesn't mean grasping everything that blows in the wind. There's a natural order to your growth. And if you're around people that are hampering it and you choose to stay there, then you just continue to keep the same noise and stay in the same mind state, the same frame of mind or state, and nothing will change. This individual was in darkness. Also the one with him. He didn't proceed to give life-saving. Is it bigger? It's a possibility. He could have got a skull tattoo or something. Who knows? A little star, a little fake pimple. You know what I'm saying? Familiar. But because the voices are coming from all platforms, because they slowed the video down and they watched, there was no reason for him to shoot her in the head. Cops are trained to center mass, and in a center mass shot, she could have survived. He had the intentions the moment he started asking information in her home. Fourth Amendment. First Amendment, saying no more. Second, to protect yourself. I don't care if you don't have a gun. But this individual, because of his size, and that was a female, has no good man around her. One who would not tolerate that and do the police explaining, and here's the deal bullshit. Say, no, you need to get the fuck out the house, bro. And that energy to be exemplified by the woman standing the ground saying, what is this for? Because her communique was on point to her narrative. Yet his racist, bigoted idiosyncrasies of a perverted system. This is the push for the UN to allow their force factors and the military to usurp and create martial law. Any more of our lives taken, I will commit to a spell so heinous that even they will think about packing up and stopping for the moment. But see, you are capable of so much more. So much more. Now, I'm well endowed with darkness, is it not? And they're too foolish and stupid because they're playing with things that they were never meant to be played with, and that's the consortium. They have become the subjects of lies, and they've taken on that conviction. So I would advise y'all to start emptying yourselves from all, because I know some of you are in relationships where you argue and fight. Some of you women think that you're smarter than a guy, and some of the guys think you're smarter than women. Bullshit. Y'all dumb. Take it personal. Empty the noise. And know the true way. That all this stuff is unrequired. You can exist in the fraudulent world and attain so much more if you allow yourselves. Okay? 54 minutes and 30 seconds. And about 18 of that music. All right? And I just wanted to share that. I wanted to keep it as simple and specific as I could. And if you didn't get it, just ask the question. And I'll do my due diligence to break down whatever it is you did not comprehend. Well, trust in me, All the knowledge is there for you to know everything that I stated. And it's not noise. You've got to empty those fake emotions, those feelings. You have to become self-aware. Because the enemy has taught you how to be self-unconscious, using chemicals and tactics of deception and everything else. All right? I hope that reached some of you. I hope it made sense for those who believe in the word hope without knowing. May it have been specific and practical. Now, I can go on and on and on, but it's unnecessary. I'm not going to keep creating something out of nothing. And some will say, "But that was a woman and she died." Do you know how many minutes every day a person, an individual, or a sentient creature dies? Have any of y'all ever looked at the so-called stats? No, you want to take on personas taught by liars, created by liars. Convince yourself in it without convincing yourself. So, free yourself. Okay? God just said, or many people, through your mind, your ass will follow. No. When you free yourself from all of this shit, you don't partake in it. Therefore, you don't create it. So those who do, it starts to dissipate. The more of you who realize this, you consummate a true relationship with self. And you realize there is nothing impeding you. Your directives change. How you see things doesn't have to be fundamentally all skeptical and this, that, and other. You will see things different. And when you see things different, you become different. The first steps, they say baby steps. Well, I'm here to tell you, you can take leaps and bounds. Prove me wrong. Give it a whip. When your other one's arguing, don't laugh to create more. Be attentive. If you plan on staying there, don't be explanatory and all apologetic. You know, when you apologize, you know, when people say, "I'm sorry," yeah, you're a sorry motherfucker. Don't go there. Say, "Look, I made a mistake." Now, I'm not going to right or wrong with a wrong, but I'm not going to give this no more power. And if need be, because of fear, some of you will bend and bow to it, and you'll stay there and keep you'll procure the same agenda that's been going on in your disturbed life of noise. But for those who say enough, you'll see. You'll be able to maneuver the maze of foolishness. It'll be a different diet. Prove me wrong. Hey, old Mac, what's up, beloved? What's going on, fam? I figured you would have probably made it up here by now. I brought the wife and a couple, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to old fogey like me. Okay? No, the enemy's watching. I don't know. He's not my enemy. They're not my enemy, but they're too stupid to know that. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. And will I come back and read? Because I really do need to read. I've said that so many times. Let's see what time it is. It's up in the corner. Yeah, I may do that. All right? So keep the notifications up. Pay attention. All right? Appreciate you guys. Oh, and somebody made a donation. A young lady. All the ladies to me are young, vibrant, magnificent, beautiful. And I'm not saying that because I need any of them. I damn sure don't. They're magnificent as they are. You're not a creature. You are beyond the scope of all net. Sister Tara. Intic. Could I say that? Appreciate it. Okay. Guys, do not drink alcohol tonight. I'm going to give you some advice. This is an insider tip. Do not drink. Do not vape. If you do a little snuff, a little tobacco, it's all right. You want to smoke a little tree, don't overdo it. Do not drink. Just take my advice. Don't. If you already have, sober the fuck up. All right? Sarah. I'll see you guys later.